Williamson, Inc. serves as Williamson County's Chamber of Commerce and Office of Economic Development. In partnership with the Williamson Herald, WBKM Radio, they brought together Meet the Candidates, an interview series open to all candidates for this office to help inform the community. During these conversations, candidates will share their views, and I may also share some of my own opinions as part of the discussion. Those opinions are my own and do not necessarily reflect the views of Williamson, Inc., the Williamson Herald, WBKM, or any organizations involved in hosting this series. You can find additional voter resources, including these interviews and written candidate profiles, at williamsonchamber.com/vote. I've got to be honest. I've got to be transparent. I go back with this lady 2 generations, maybe longer than that. Diane Giddens is running for county commission, 2nd district.
Yes, sir.
Where's the 2nd district?
So it is the southeastern part of Williamson County.
That's part of Spring Hill. That's all of Burwood, and it includes your home place around Bethesda.
It does include my home place, but it's not going to get Spring Hill because that's in a different district, and I do believe that Burwood is part of the 9th district. So I kind of stop with Green Valley going south, and then just a tad bit of Henpeck Lane, and then south and east.
Diane Giddens is the Williamson County Mayor's Chief of Staff. What does the Chief of Staff do?
Well, Diane Giddens does whatever it takes to get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
The Chief of Staff's role is to mirror the county mayor's stands on different things in the community to represent him when he can't be 4 places at once. So we divide and conquer and just help with day-to-day government.
Let me see if I can name them. Wilburn Kelly.
Yes, sir.
Bob Ring.
Yes, sir.
Let's see, who came after Bob Ring?
The late
Clint Callicott. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Clint Callicott to Rogers Anderson.
Correct.
You got a favorite?
Never.
You have seen Williamson County become what it is. What is that? It's taken so much love. It's taken so much work. It's taken so much patience, underlying patience. We've come a long way. First time I ever laid eyes on Rogers Anderson, he and Charles Sargent were out in Grassland picking up rocks on a baseball field. This was pre-Parks and Recreation. You were there for all of it.
Yes, sir. You asked the question, what is Williamson County? I think we're a victim of our success. I think that you talk about the picking up rocks on the baseball field. That's kind of where I started in public service, and the very old Bethesda School, part of which still remains on the hillside, where I had my campaign kickoff in the old cafeteria. But my family was working on ball fields at Bethesda, picking up rocks. My oldest brother, my other brother Randall, and my dad and mom were instrumental in helping to put on the annual Bethesda Horse Show on the 4th of July. And so that's when I began to see the importance of working hand in hand with folks in the community and giving back, and that hard work pays off in the end. So I think that's part of what has made Williamson County what it is today. A lot of people working hand in hand, elbow to elbow, doing good things for the community without worrying about who gets credit. And that's made us a victim of success, I would say.
When I found out you were retiring, I went to my mentor. Her name is Judy Hayes,
Yes, sir.
and I was telling Judy, I've got a bone to pick with Diane Giddens. She can't retire. This county, I think the expression was, go to hell in a handbasket. And she said, now Tom, she's not as old as you are. Said, aren't you getting ready to retire? And said, she's a grandma now. You don't understand. But you can't turn it loose.
I can't. It's in my blood.
Now, there's big difference.
Very big.
When the county commission meets, there are three people on the main podium, one being the county attorney, one being the county commission chairman, and there's Diane Giddens. And you're always, I watch you on TV, you're always whispering in his ear.
Does it do any good?
Yes.
Brian and I have a laugh about that a lot.
But you're going to be, you're going to be hard to beat. Now, you still got to go out there and work for it.
Absolutely.
You still got to knock on doors and say, please. And what do you want to accomplish that you haven't already accomplished?
Well, I don't necessarily look at it as an accomplishment for me, but I would like to see that our county commission and those that they serve continue to enjoy what is taken years to arrive on the scene, which is a wonderful, wonderful county, a beautiful place inside and out to raise a family. And I absolutely understand that. My children went to the same Bethesda elementary school that I went to, the two of them, and my husband and I all graduated from Page High School. And so I have experienced growth and seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. But you got to take the good with the bad. And it's my hope that I can serve as a commissioner who will be the voice of my constituents to continue a future that is something we can all be proud of.
This is something that it's hard to understand. Being a county commissioner is not easy. I wish the County Services Association, or maybe it's the County Commission Association.
There's two of those.
I wish they did better jobs in educating people. And county commissioners need to educate themselves. You're not going to have a problem. But from here to May 5th, you've got an election to win. And they're going to throw at you the county debt. It's her fault. She's there for all of it. Well, the county does have somewhere north of $1.2 billion debt.
Yes, sir.
Now you look at what that bought.
Yes, sir.
And that's tickling $100 billion in assets. You can point to it. You can go get it. That's a pretty good deal to me. As somebody who has had to borrow money to get in their own business, that's a pretty good deal to me. Yeah, like any other debt, we need to pay it down. But it's very necessary. But it's too convenient to bring that up in a political atmosphere. What role does character have in being a county commissioner?
Well, I would say that character means respecting others' opinions and being able to reach across the aisle from those that may not agree with you and say we're going to agree to disagree, but at the end of the day, we both need to do what's right by our constituents. We need to keep our word, and we need to respect the fact that others are doing that as well.
I've got to ask you this,
Yes,
and
sir.
maybe I have already asked you this. Do you want to be county commission chairman?
Haven't thought about that, Tom. I
No.
think that
I guess you got to get elected first, haven't
yeah, gotta crawl before I can run. But no, sir, I haven't thought about that, and that's certainly a decision of the legislative body.
you? You've seen them all. You have seen them all. You've seen some pips. You've seen some very good ones. You've seen some people that didn't really need to be a county commissioner. What does it take to make a county commissioner these days, besides character and honesty and all of the stuff that sometimes we take for granted, and maybe we should?
So what it takes is a lot of time and investing in finding the background for the issues that are going to be brought before you. It takes an understanding of why things are being requested. It takes time for folks to sit down at the table and understand that if it requires going in debt, is it a need or is it a want? And are we preserving our AAA bond rating? And are we listening to the folks that deal with that on a daily basis, that stay in touch with the folks at our rating agency and our folks that know how much debt we are paying down each year? But as you mentioned earlier, these assets that we all enjoy are not free.
No.
And it would be great to be able to just write a check for a new middle school. I think I had told someone recently that a new high school costs over $100 million. However, at this past week's budget meeting, I learned that a middle school is over $100 million. So you don't really find that laying around under the rugs in the county administrative complex. So you have to make good investments and wise choices. I don't know that the State Department that pays as you go is showing us a good return on that in business model. So I don't think that debt is always a bad thing, but, and I know that's a soundbite that may be used against me in a court of law, but but I think, again, you have to look at the big picture, that you understand what the money is being invested for.
This lady listens to the hometown radio show weekday mornings. If I make a mistake, and I make them, I get a call before 10 o'clock. I get a call from this lady, and she keeps me honest. Now, I'm just a radio announcer. I bet you do that for county commissioners. I know you do it for the county mayor. And the county mayor has been so successful for two reasons. Number one, he's Rogers Anderson. He's honest. And he's got you.
Well, you're very kind. I think he's good on his own. I like being behind the scenes, and I'm jumping out in front of him at this point.
How big a role? There are things that he has done and that he should get credit for. One in particular, Williamson County was the very first county to put SROs. Rogers Anderson stood up and said, not only should we do this, we're going to do this.
That's correct.
That was leadership.
Absolutely.
Did you play a role in that?
No, sir, I cannot take any credit for that.
Okay.
That was strictly Mayor Anderson and his vision that was the right thing to do, and our kids were worth protecting.
And I'm sure there are other times. Being a leader in county government is not easy. At the same time, you've kind of made it look easy. Because, yes, you've been behind the scenes, but you know where the bodies are buried. I have seen you in your office working before. I have seen department heads come and go. They pay attention to you. Sure, they pay attention to the mayor because he hires and fires. But what you tell them goes. From that standpoint, you are a leader. It's why you're on the board of directors of Leadership Franklin, because you are a leader. From that standpoint, I don't know how good a politician you are. Are you a good politician?
I'm not sure I'm a good politician. I've never been one before.
I guess we're going to find out.
That's right. The proof will be in the pudding. I hope to be a good politician.
You have taken various things from nothing. Example, the Williamson County Fair. I'll never forget the day I came out to see this big hole in the ground. It's now the Ag Expo Park. You were out there on a tractor. Clint Kellicott was out there on a road grader, and y'all were down in the bottom of that hole working. You remember that?
Vaguely.
But you did what was necessary. No credit. You just did what was necessary.
Just helping out.
What do you want to accomplish on the county commission and needs to be done pretty soon?
Well, I hope to accomplish a lot of things, but certainly I want to represent the people in my district. I want to be their voice, and I want to follow in the good leaders' footsteps that I have had the pleasure of working with and along the side over the years. I would love to see a good working relationship with our election commission so that we get the word out about how important local elections are and how they affect your day-to-day life. We've got wonderful turnouts for presidential elections, but people need to know and understand that local elections and local politicians matter.
I can't think of anything else to ask you. What are you on the ballot? Are you Diane Pedrick Giddens, or are you just Diane Giddens?
I am Diane Pedrick Giddens.
Okay. All right.
Thank you for having me, Tom.
Thank you.